July's Voices of Impact, everyone. This is really a fun one. I mean, they're all fun. We say that every time. But Joey Gemza,
Yes.
I got it right, is with me today from the Stevens Point firefighter. He is a paramedic supervisor. And I want to just start by not only thanking our sponsors, Delta Dental, Century Insurance, UWSP, and Midstate Technical College for making sure that we can both provide this kind of these great stories into the community, but also that they really support our ability to help us serve really fun groups like Guns and Hoses. So, I was reviewing some information that our staff gave me this weekend and was really reminded that we just don't talk enough about our vision for the community. And our vision is really to ensure thriving communities throughout Portage and Waushara counties with a strong culture of philanthropy. And this is one of these funds that touches all aspects of that vision, and one that we've been serving for a few years now, but they've been around since 2014. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. So yeah, why don't we just jump in, Joey, and start talking about Guns and Hoses. But first, we want to hear about you.
Sure.
Tell us all about you, Joey.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much. I'm excited to be here. This is kind of the first time I've done something like this, but my name is Joey Gemza. I work for the Stevens Point Fire Department. I'm a paramedic supervisor there. This is my 7th year working at the department, and about my 7th year doing Guns and Hoses as well. Essentially, I grew up in a small town called Rosholt. My parents lived there, and they still live there. And then I moved here to Stevens Point when I got hired by the fire department. It's been great. I love it. And what kind of drew me to the fire department, my dad, he was the assistant chief of EMS at the Stevens Point Fire Department. So I always saw him as kind of like my hero, and I thought he had the coolest job in the world. My mom would take me to the fire department when my dad was working, and because we work 24-hour shifts, so it's kind of hard on family life. But when I got to go to the fire department, it was always awesome. Like I said, he was on the EMS side, so that kind of drew me more to the EMS side than the fire side. But I do both. We are firefighters and we are paramedics. We do both simultaneously. But the EMS side is just pretty fun to me. You get to see a lot of different stuff and meet different people all the time. It's more exhilarating in my opinion, but that's kind of what drew me to the paramedic supervisor side, being able to train and help my fellow coworkers. We got a lot of new turnover here in the past couple of years, so there's a lot of different people that need to be trained. And so that's kind of my job there is I train the new people and make sure everybody knows what they're doing out there.
Awesome. Well, one of the things I caught two things from your story. The first one was you started 7 years ago, and sounds like you immediately got recruited to Guns and Hoses in the community.
Yeah. Yeah, we needed players back then.
Yeah, we're going to learn more about that in just a few minutes.
Yeah.
But also your dad and how much he meant, still means to you and your career. So really, thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
So how did you get connected to Guns and Hoses? How did you get sucked in right away?
Yeah.
And here you're still doing it all these years later.
Yeah. So I got hired in 2019. And that was like obviously the first time I played Guns and Hoses. Softball, you got to be at least somewhat physically active, I guess. And being a firefighter paramedic, we're all relatively physically active. But we needed somebody who was like at least a little bit coordinated. I don't want to say I'm the best coordinated person. I've never played softball in my life, never played baseball in my life. I had no idea what I was doing, but I could at least run and I could catch.
You're really selling.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy? I'm now the captain of the team, and I never played baseball or softball in my life. But yeah, the guy that was running it back then when I initially joined the fire department asked me if I wanted to play. I didn't know anything about it. He kind of explained to me the premise of it and what the cause of it was for. And I was like, obviously that sounds awesome. Who doesn't like to support veterans? Nobody. So I was like, of course I'll play. And at that time it was only one game. And I think we played at like Buchel Park, was at the time we did it at. And weirdly enough, I kind of had some experience with guns and hoses before I played with it, because I used to work for the Stevens Point Parks Department.
Oh.
And one of my jobs there was making the baseball and softball fields. So one of the years that I was working for the Parks Department, I actually got to make the field for guns and hoses. So I know all the guys there because of my dad, but it was cool being able to set up the field for them, I guess, at Buchel Park before I was even hired by the department or even got to play with them.
Oh, very good. That's great. So I think we've teased enough. What is this guns and hoses? So I think everyone's probably catching on that it's at least a softball game, but it's grown quite a bit in the last couple of years. Yeah, why don't you tell us a little bit about that background, what it is,
Sure.
and what you're doing today?
Yeah, absolutely. So this goes way before my time.
How old were you in 2014? Just kidding.
I was just about to say, like, so I graduated high school in 2015.
Oh, okay.
So if that's anything, this started in 2014. So essentially what happened was there was a retired police chief, Kevin, who thought, he's like, we should try to support our veterans a little bit more. We should do something, some fundraiser, something along those lines. And there's this woman, Tracy Toffner, who's with, I believe, Advanced Therapy.
Yeah.
And she's also a veteran. And she's like, well, why don't we start like some sort of fundraiser that is a good cause for veterans? And those two kind of decided what better way of fundraising than having the fire department versus the police department. So back in 2014, they founded the Guns and Hoses to create this charity that helps support veterans. We try to support veterans specifically in the Portage County area. But when requests come, we look at it and we decide if that's something we can donate to. And typically we do try to donate to it. So, and like I said, Tracy's a veteran, and I've actually known Tracy too for a very long time. Before Tracy started working at Advanced Therapy, she did some stuff at Rosholt High School.
Wow.
So she would do like these fitness camps out in Rosholt, and my parents always wanted me to be doing things because I was so ADHD that I needed to expel some of my energy somewhere else. And so Tracy's classes were a good way of doing it. So I've known Tracy for years, and it's actually really cool to see. One, she helps out our fire department, and two, to be a part of this board with her is really cool.
Yeah, you're absolutely right about Tracy. I remember the first time Natasha and I met Tracy when she came in to talk to us about moving the Guns and Hoses into a fund at the foundation where we could act as a fiscal agent, and really just not only her passion for raising money, which has been really amazing, but her story and all of the things that she has seen and how she just gives back. There's one thing I love beyond the softball games.
Mm-hmm.
It's watching Tracy give that money away to vets. It's pretty powerful. So Tracy, if you're watching, thanks for all you do. Okay, so we talked a little bit about how it's been since 2014.
Mm-hmm.
Should we talk a little bit about what the tournament looks like today?
Sure.
Who plays, how many games? Because you've really evolved it now over the last few years.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet to see how much this evolves. We get new ideas every year. Like I said, majority of the time it's been softball games. There was a few years where we did a couple different fundraisers. One of them was like a racing event at the Golden Sand Speedway. That was before my time. That wasn't there for that. But essentially the Guns and Hoses, it all, I forgot the question. Yeah.
Oh, like, tell us about like how it works today, because it's more than one game.
Yeah, oh, that's right. Yes. Thank you. It is more than one game. So it evolved from one game a day to now 3 games a day. As the event has gone on, we've had more interest. This year, I opened it up to all of Portage County first responders, so fire and EMS, whether that be Town of Sharon, Rosholt, Stockton, Rudolph, all these different departments. Because in years past, I've had a difficult time trying to find people to play these softball games. And last year we decided we wanted to do 3 games because law enforcement had a lot of players and they wanted everybody to play. So, and that's fair. I had a difficult time finding players to play. So this year I have over 30 different players that want to play on the hoses side, which is awesome to see. It brings all of the volunteer firefighters and all the volunteer EMR agencies together to play for a great cause. And we see them all the time on calls, and it's great to be able to play with them and have some sort of mutual respect with each other. And I'm excited to see how this year turns out.
I love that. So, okay, I might be poking the bear a little bit, but
Sure.
so you've had trouble on the hoses side,
Yeah.
recruiting. So is this a real competitive day?
Yeah.
And how is the hoses team fared in the past?
Yeah, so it's for a great cause. When we it's there's no disagreeing that it's for a great cause. We like to win, don't get me wrong, okay? Except, unfortunately, we have not been winning, and it's been driving me nuts. So when we first started this back out in 2014, we would destroy the officers in softball. I think it was like maybe 4 to 6 years we would destroy them, and it was a fantastic time. Everybody on our department loved doing it. Law enforcement did not like it. I don't know if they started recruiting Division I softball and baseball players to work for their departments, but these past few years, they have been kicking our butts now. So what I have done, and this is how competitive I am, I was so tired of losing. And for years past, we lost bad. It wasn't even a close game, except for last year. Last year was a really close game. The years past, we lost bad. It was embarrassing. So I decided to create a softball league to play over the summer so we could practice playing, so we could at least compete with them in the years. And so last year, it actually worked off. Like, we played so well last year and we almost won it too. I blame Tracy for making us lose because she jinxed the crud out of us. It was like the last inning of the championship softball game, and we were up by like, I think 4 or 5. And Tracy comes over to the dugout, and I'm like sitting there. I'm like, I can't even watch because I'm like, I don't want to jinx it. And she sits down next to me and she's like, I'm gonna go get that trophy for you. Mind you, we get trophies. So whoever wins the year, they get a trophy and they get their name sketched into it, whatever. And she's like, I'm gonna go get that trophy for you. I'm like, why would you say that, Tracy? And of course, they end up coming back in the last inning, and they like the last hit was like a home run, grand slam, and they end up beating us by like 1 or 2 points. And I was devastated. But again, sort of buff.
Oh, so will Tracy be allowed back in the dugout?
I don't know if I'm gonna let her this time.
That's awesome. So it's gonna be, so you're gonna have firefighters are gonna play firefighters, is that
Yes.
right?
Yep.
And then law enforcement will play law enforcement, and then there'll be a championship game.
There'll be a
right?
championship game. Yep.
Awesome. All right, well, let's talk about how you actually raise money that day.
Sure.
I mean, obviously it's very family friendly. And tell us when it is and how does the fundraising part work?
Absolutely. Yes. So it is August 30th, 2026. It's at the Veterans Memorial Park in Plover.
Poster here.
Yep. We got this pretty sweet poster here. It's really nice.
Yeah.
Our games are 10, 12, and 2. Like you said, it's fire against fire, law against law, and then our last game is the fire versus law. We created that so that law enforcement wouldn't just play law enforcement for the championship. To be a little at least guns versus hoses. So That's what we did. But we raise money a lot of different ways. The day of the event, we have like 50-50 raffles. We get sponsorships, donations, food sales. We try to get like the food donated to us and then we sell it. We get money from that. The community support obviously is always a big fundraiser for us too. I think Lido's Pizza typically donates food for us. We also have a gun raffle there as well. Typically we get a couple guns, 2 to 3 guns, and trust me, it's all gone through the right channels. It's we make sure that everything's legally correct, and so people can buy tickets for the gun raffles there. And then whoever wins the guns, obviously they got to go through their background checks and stuff like that to make sure that they can legally own a gun. But that's essentially how we do it. A lot of basket raffles, the 50-50 sponsorships that help generate meaningful funds for the veteran organizations.
Right. And how much are you hoping to raise this year?
It's a big number, but we're hoping and we're ambitious that we can reach that goal. We're trying to get $20,000 this year. And like I said, I believe we can do it.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe you can too. It's such a fun event. It's really, really just grown into, more fun every year. So let's talk a little bit about what you do with all these funds. So since this is I'm just so impressed. It's since 2014, Guns and Hoses, which is a one-day event every summer, has raised $369,000. And it is one of these really special funds with us where we are the fiscal agent. So any donations or sponsorships, they're coming through the Community Foundation. And then Guns and Hoses itself, the committee, makes some decisions on where that money goes. We cut those checks and when we watch Tracy hand them out, it's pretty awesome. So tell us a little bit about where some of the money's gone in the past.
Sure. There's a lot of different organizations that we donate to. We donate, and then as well as we create things for veterans as well. One of the things we did create a couple years ago was the Veteran Memorial Monument that's at Piffner Park. It was a significant cost, but it was a good cost. It's important to give that recognition to the veterans, and it's awesome to see that they have that there at Piffner Park. And Piffner Park is an awesome park to go to there. So we really appreciated that. Some other things we donate to is we got the Never Forgotten Honor Flight, the Veteran Monument, the Spirit of Wisconsin, Dream Flight. This was before my time, but we had it's for disabled hunters to be able to use like a track system, like it's a wheelchair that can go off-road and stuff like that. So we donated to that. I see we got the Almond Gun Club and stuff like that. So we try to donate to specifically veterans, or at least veterans that are a part of something. And we get requests, and then we look at it, and if it's something worthy of the cause, then we'll donate to it.
I know you mentioned last couple of years, a lot of the funding went to Dream Flight, Honor Flight. Can you tell us a little bit? You were telling me a really great story before we get started.
Yeah.
Some of the stories of, number one, what is it for anyone who might not know? And share a little bit about some of the things you've heard.
Yeah. So like on this poster we see here, we have that plane in the background. They come to Stevens Point every year now. They actually said that they're eventually going to try to fundraise to maybe put a hangar there at the Stevens Point Airport. And what that airplane does is give flights to veterans. They've been doing this for years, coming to Stevens Point. They're not from this state. I can't remember where they said they were from, but they fly all the way here to give veterans like recognition that they did their service, as well as giving them a flight. And I've been a part of this for the past few years now, and it is just incredible to see how much this means to the veterans.
And they're actually flying in this?
They are flying in it.
Wow.
Yep. So that's their backup plane, actually.
Oh, okay.
Their actual plane is very similar to that, but it's getting completely remodeled.
Nice.
So this year they used that one, so their other one's out of service for the year.
How cool.
But
Yeah.
it's Dream Flight for the veterans. And like I said, they've been doing it years for the veterans around our area. My great uncle got to do it last year. And he said it was just an absolute incredible experience. You don't see the man cry too much, and he didn't cry, I'm going to say, but he definitely got teary-eyed. And so it's awesome. And now they're kind of opening it up to first responders in general. And so last year we had some of our members, they were actually veterans as well, but they were able to fly in it. And they just said, just like looking over Stevens Point in Portage County is just incredible. And it's such a great cause.
Very good. And wow, just seeing it just really pieces it together for me of what they're actually flying in. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then how about the Forgotten Honor Flight? Is that the one where they go out to Washington?
DC.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So we donate to them as well because it's important for us to send veterans to see that memorial. And to feel recognized in that. It's always awesome to see. My great uncle also did that as well. He was so excited to go out to Washington, D.C. You don't really think about it, that you don't think that would excite somebody. But when you put in that years of service for your country, and the stuff I'm assuming they saw was horrific stuff, to be able to show them that we respect them, that we care about the service that they gave. It's really awesome to see how much it affects them.
Yeah, it's amazing. I've been to Washington a few times, and every time going to the war memorials, they're so powerful.
It is.
And and some of the times I've been there at times where some of the honor flights were there, and it really is. It means the world to them. And it's exciting to know that, well, number one, we're not getting any younger. So
right.
I know they've now started to take Vietnam vets.
Yes.
And they've opened it up. So encourage anyone who might be watching who is a veteran who served our country to look into that. And
absolutely,
really wonderful that this group is raising money for that.
Yeah, and even if you are a veteran, and even if you're afraid of flying, we had a gentleman this year who was afraid of flying. But we were able to convince him to do it. And afterwards, he said that was so beautiful to be able to be, one, a part of something so great, and two, being able to see what he saw up there and being a part of that history. I definitely recommend any veteran to be a part of this. It's really easy to kind of get connected with us. We don't pick and choose really who goes on this. It's open to all veterans. So you can definitely get a hold of somebody, a part of Guns and Hoses, or if you know somebody else to get you on there, I definitely recommend it.
Wonderful. I just want to make sure we're not missing any questions from anybody. Okay. So now let's talk a little bit about the Community Foundation partnership. Like we mentioned, you all started in 2014, and you came to us in 2022. If you could just give us a sense, help the audience understand, why did you come to the Community Foundation? What has that been like for you all?
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's been so much easier partnering with you guys. I can speak for Tracy. It's a lot of work putting something like this together, not only just the game itself, but funneling like the money into the donations and taking all that and making sure it's all legitimized is a lot, specifically on Tracy. It's a lot on one person, which is why she kind of brought myself into it, and Chris, he's the other board member as well, onto it to try to even that load. But even with 3 people running a group like this, it's hard. So partnering with you guys has made it so much easier. Before, we were just like planning 1 year at a time. So we're done with 1 year and we're like, all right, we got to start planning for the next year now. And it's been exhausting. It's been nonstop. But partnering with you guys, you've helped create that infrastructure so where we can look long-term goals, long-term plans, and see what that looks like. Even for like fundraising and stuff like that, you guys have helped us, and sponsorships you guys have helped us with. Just doing that alone, like we would have to go out and essentially sell ourselves to groups to try to donate. And you guys have definitely helped us, one, legitimize where the money is going, and two, help us with the sponsorships.
Wonderful. Well, it's one of the things that we love best about our work at the foundation is we like to keep you honest, right? It's so easy to make mistakes.
Yep.
And the rules, I mean, and that's what we're here for. We understand those rules. I can see Natasha nodding her head. We understand them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about looking ahead. What is your hopes for Guns and Hoses?
I really hope it just keeps growing. I would love to see more and more people coming to this every year, whether they donate or they don't donate. It doesn't matter to us. We just want people to have a good time. We want to give that recognition to the veterans throughout the world. We'd like for it to be like every year people would be like, okay, this event's coming up. I want to go to it. It's a lot of fun. And we try to make it fun. We all are super competitive, but it's in a joking manner. And we hope that that makes it fun for the members. We hope that we can give them a good game, and that we hope we can get everybody involved. Like I said, I love the fact that we have all of these members from Portage County Fire and EMS. It's awesome to see us all together and being able to play. The law enforcement side, they have a bunch of different law enforcement agencies. They have Stevens Point PD, they have the Sheriff's Department, they have the State Patrol, bringing all those guys together. It's awesome to see. The closer we can be together, the better we all work together, like on an actual call. So it's really awesome to see.
Oh, I love that. I love that reminder of how much socializing together really also improves the services.
Yeah,
the ways you can work together.
It really does.
Yeah, that's great. Did I see a hand? No. Okay. I think I saw one.
Yeah.
You know, you talk about this being such a great family-friendly event, and it's free to attend. That's one of the magics, right? Of this kind of community philanthropy is you're really making it accessible to anyone.
Yeah.
And what I would encourage is, make sure you show up. I mean, 50-50 is always a really good way to have fun and maybe earn something or win something too. But just also know that even if you just spend $1, you're contributing to something really powerful and meaningful. And that's really when I go back to that vision, right? Of we want to see thriving communities throughout Portage and West Shore counties that have a strong culture of philanthropy. And that at the end of the day is philanthropy, whether you're donating $1 or buying in a piece of pizza for $5 and Toledo's is sponsoring that pizza.
Yeah.
Or, you're a bigger sponsor who helped get that memorial in place. It's really, really fantastic.
It is. It is.
And it's what we love so much. So thank you.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to give one more chance for any questions anyone has. Oh, I think we got one. Got a hot question coming up here. Sarah Ross.
Hello, I just want to, this was great because while I do work at the Community Foundation, it's so great to have these moments where we can take deeper dives into the individual funds. And I was so delighted to hear about the impact y'all have and about this game. So I'm all in. But I also just wanted to make one comment, if you don't mind. I just wanted to say, go Hoses.
That's what I like to hear.
Okay, no betting though at the game.
No sports betting. Yeah.
Sports betting. Oh, awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Anyone else with a question? All right. Well, I just want to thank Joey for coming. This was so much fun. We can't wait to share this story. There is the Guns and Hoses, a fabulous picture by John Hartman in the poster, and ways that you can give. If you'd like to give already today, you can do that by following that QR code. And I want to also just say next month, we are going to not be sitting behind a table. At least I'm not going to be sitting behind a table. We are going to be hosting an open house from 11 to 1. And we're going to be unveiling this beautiful new wall of all of our organizational endowments. So we currently have over 40 organizations that have a fund with us, and we are working with them to build those endowments over time. And there's going to be some nice easy ways to learn about how to partner with us, whether you are someone thinking about your will or estate, or whether you are someone who works with others that are thinking about their wills and estates. So hope you can join us. It is Will and Estate Month, so mark your calendars now. And yeah, we'll look forward to seeing many of you then. Thanks.